It is day 13 of the Academy, a very special school that seems to offer no end of surprises. Today, it is a special visit from Nigeria's legendary filmmaker to the Academy. The Academy, brought to you by Nescafe.
Legend tells us that long, long ago in Africa, a young goat herd was spending his day with his goats. The sun was so hot that he dozed off. Suddenly, he saw his goats behaving in a way he'd never seen before. He went to a bush and picked one of the mysterious fruits. He rushed to tell everyone about his wonderful find. He had just discovered coffee. The secret was handed on from village to village, and that was how coffee cultivation started. Coffee quickly became a popular beverage to be shared. Today, Nescafe perpetuates this ancestral discovery and pays tribute to this precious heritage. Nescafe. Taste the coffee side of life.
Last time on the Academy,
just read the first 2 sentences and break that down for us.
the students finally confronted a challenge faced by acting students everywhere. They were asked to recite from the works of William Shakespeare.
Much in the same way as in our own traditions, we have very descriptive language because we used to use it for storytelling. I chose Romeo and Juliet because it's got to do with a universal theme that even if we had anyone there who was just 18, they would have, had a crush on somebody at some point, and they would understand what quote-unquote love was about.
When we watch a thing, let's say, okay, we start with the scene of one of the brothers and sisters packing out and everything.
It means we're going to have more than one scene.
No, we can have it in one scene.
Okay, let's go. He's going to call you on phone, so you answer.
They're not having my own response.
Okay, now my own motivation is to know the situation of the state of my health.
So, and then I finally agree on his amount. Then we'll be like, okay, let's go and do it.
The gesture must be appropriate, not just gesture for the sake of it. We're trying to control the action, a lot of overacting and script writing. Listen!
The dean pushed. Only by criticism and self-criticism would the students find the basis for professionalism.
No. That was the only true moment that I saw in this space today.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, sir. Are you Nigerians?
Yes, sir.
It's very interesting. So, where were you all the time? I'm really delighted to be with you today, and I'm quite impressed. I'm impressed about this kind of gathering because it suddenly doesn't look like Nigeria. It's also well organized, and it is well situated, and it looks as if everybody is having fun. Yeah. And part of why I'm a filmmaker is it's like fun. It's like sometimes when I have a production and I can see every department and all the actors, actresses, I just sit back and I think that I'm just having a nice time, and some people just giving me money to spend so that I can have a nice time. So I'm really delighted to have you here today. I'm much more at home with artists who settle down and want to work hard at the characters, who for a moment want to put in everything they have, into making it a huge success. Rather than that, what we find these days is when you cast people and they come around, the first thing they ask you is, are you sure you finish my part before Thursday? Because I want to go and start another work on Friday. You know, I don't know what to do with such people, and I try and talk them out of it. And I say, no, I think you should go now, you know, because I know that they are not going to concentrate. They are not going to work so hard because they are thinking of, they've seen it as routine. It's a job, you know, and they want to rush off and make as much money as possible. I want to work with people who are committed to the project, who think less, first about the money, but people who are going to bring in a lot of production value into the project. Because I don't come strictly from a theater practice myself. I'm much more, I develop from the technical areas. I'm more likely to pay attention more to the visuals aspect of it and rely more on committed and talented artists, you know, to deliver a particular project or a particular story. So basically, that's the background to the way I work. And if you have any questions to ask, or we might just throw it back and forth. Yes, please.
I wanted to ask, what do you view as the most important elements for actors, as in to enhance their craft, as in maybe physical elements like motion and mental elements, then how to enhance interpretation?
I think that actors and actresses who have to pretend to be other people have to have some store where they can store their various experiences. As you go about life, you have to watch everything. You have to watch people, you have to file all these small things away, because when you need to recall it and use it, it will just be second nature to you. I think that mostly actors have to be very imaginative, and they have to have very powerful sense of observation. And that's part of what can work. In seeing The Last Samurai, for instance, Tom Cruise, who was the star, spent about 9 months to prepare himself. That he learned all the martial arts and everything, that by the time they started to shoot, he believed that he was already mastering mind over body, you know. So, and you can see all the intensity and all his energy in that movie. I think that actors and actresses, they would have to, as a matter of, they have to be very, very committed to whatever they are doing. And that's why, for me, I don't sometimes consider myself part of the society. I just look at myself as an observer of the society. I like to be in the background, so that gives an opportunity to just study and watch and see things and so on. So.
About your concepts, it's always different from others. You know, your costumes and all that, it's always the same kind of, you know, portraying that
African.
African.
I'm an actor? Do you mean I'm acting?
No, it doesn't act. Even shows on you. Your productions. So it's always about, you know.
No, let me explain this. Look, I'm inspired primarily by my cultural experience. I don't know about other people. You know, I can't. For instance, I had the chance to be in Hollywood. You know, and in Hollywood, when I come across people, they say, "Oh, you are in Los Angeles Film Festival." I say, "Yes." "Do you have any films in this festival?" I say, "Well, I have 4." 4 films, fantastic. What are they? Are they action films? You know, and I say, no, they are not action films. That we don't have to worry about the action films in Nigeria. That the action is free on our roads. On the other hand, if you wanted action films, we just buy the pirated American films on the street. I'm inspired primarily by my culture, and it's as rich as any culture in the world. Richer, if not richer. You understand? And we haven't done any justice to it. Rather than that, we have swept our culture under our carpet and we are running other people's culture. You know, so it's about time that we have started a process of reorientation, because that is our strength. Look, this year, you know, we should have learned from South Africa's experience. Why did South Africa win an Oscar nomination with that film yesterday? A film that was made in Zulu language, you know, and subtitled. And that is the film that won Oscar nomination. It wasn't an American guy rap movie. It was something in their own language, you know. So that's a food for thought for all of us. I think that our hope is in our culture. Yeah. So it's about time.
For those of you who do not know the play Romeo and Juliet, the story is that the two families, they're of equal social standing. But for some reason, which the playwright doesn't tell us, there's been a problem in the past. And they have been feuding for not just one generation, to the point that even the servants come out onto the street and fight each other. The servants from each household, that's how bad the feud is. And so they happen to meet in secret. He and his friends, Romeo and his friends, they gate crash a party, and he sees her. And they're in masks, so they can't see each other's faces. And they touch. They touch their hands and they have a conversation, and they both fall instantly in love. He goes soon after, he knows she's a Capulet, and he goes looking for her and stands outside her window and hears her talking about him, whereas he has also been talking about her and the love that he feels and so on. So at the time that we meet them in one scene, they've only just met. By the time we meet them in the other scene, he has killed her first cousin and has been exiled and is supposed to be exiled to Mantua. He's in hiding. Then at the time that we meet the nurse and Juliet, they are planning to secretly marry. And the nurse is the go-between. The nurse is not somebody trained in the arts of healing. She is just a nanny who has been with Juliet since she was very young. So at the time we meet them, they're still sneaking around. The nurse is hiding all this information from the people she works for. At the time that we meet the friar and Romeo, he has only just met Juliet. And he was in love, you know, when you're young. Last week it was Rosalind, this week it's Juliet. So the friar is thinking, who are we talking about now? Isn't it Rosalind? No, Juliet. Oh, without compare, nobody compares to her. So that is when that happens, okay? That's as much as you really need to know, except that it is such a passionate story that at the end they're ready to die rather than be apart.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour, she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she's lame. Harold's love should be taught, with 10 times faster glide than the sun's beam, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore, do nimble pinion doves draw love, and therefore had the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my...
I'm going to get so that we can get it over with quickly, so that I can sit down, so that you won't say anything. That's the wardrobe over there. There are 3 dresses. You can't decide which one to wear. Okay, that's your activity. So as you talk, you do that. She's coming in this way, all right? Okay, from the top.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse.
Is that said with joy? The clock struck 9, since 9 o'clock. Since. That's the sense. All right, go on.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour, she promised to return. Perchance she did not see him. No, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should
Put it against your body.
Love's herald should be taught. Which 10 times faster glide than
Love's herald should be thoughts. You know how fast a thought goes? Love's herald should be thoughts. The clock struck 9. It was 9 when she left here, and she said she'd be back in half an hour. So I don't know what this is. Or is she lame? That's why love's thoughts go fast. That's why love's heralds are thoughts, and they go fast. And that's why Cupid has wings. Because, I mean, I can't bear this to wait any longer.
Driving back shadows over Lauryn Hills. Therefore, do nimble pinion loves draw... I'm sorry.
No, don't say sorry to me.
Therefore, do nimble pinion doves draw love, and therefore had the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours. Yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be swift in...
You're just reading it. Okay, go and sit down and think about it. Go and sit down. She's not ready. You're not ready. Look. You have a date. These are the outfits. And somebody said they will go and check if he's come back, because you can't get him on the phone. You sent somebody. She said she'd be back in half an hour, but I don't know. That's why mobile phones were made, for heaven's sake, and now my phone isn't working, and his phone isn't working, and I don't have a cab to take me there. Whatever it is that you want to do it within the context of the words. The words are only there to serve you. There's a meaning behind them.
Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is not part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee by thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized.
So you were expecting him? Oh, well done.
Shocked, bro.
Just a little shocked. Somebody you met at a party, all of a sudden he's behind you. Okay, one more time.
Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou, that thus be screened in night, so stumbleth on my counsel?
By name, I don't know how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee.
Too casual. This is somebody you've been going on about. She's like an angel. She's like this. She's like this. How dare you touch her? Not that you won't eventually touch her, but that awe. You know, the first time, the awe of it is... In fact, you just want to smell the person first before you touch them.
Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that dost be screened in night, so stumblest of my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy of thee. Had I it written, I would have torn it.
My ears have not yet 100 words of thy words, thy tongue's uttering. Yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art. If any of my kinsmen find thee here.
You love to control the scene. It is a weakness in an actor. You must be in the scene with the other person. You were in full control the whole time. And that is not Juliet.
You're welcome. Please have your seat. Doctor, I am pleased to come and see you. Anyway, he's going to be very good, Dr. Abi. We actually went to somewhere else, but it was...
I kind of liked what they did when they came in to see the quack doctor.
Yeah.
They used words to tell us that they had already been to somewhere else.
Exactly. A good storytelling technique. All right, good.
And you say you've been to one doctor. I'm the best around this town.
You have to do what is necessary. And if enjoyment comes out of that, fair enough. To look for a laugh or to look for tears, those are two unforgivable things.
We need some cash to go with that.
My wife is sick. Chike, they said it's cancer. And I have just 100,000 naira, Chike. Please.
Should have called earlier, you know. Now I don't have up to 250,000. I don't have that amount with me. I've just cleared my goods yesterday.
That is what it is to respond appropriately. Because if you're responding appropriately, if your mind was fully there and not on the already scripted version that you had, you would have thought, oh my God, what do I do? Oh my goodness. It's okay.
When he comes, you can let him know that.
If you don't know what to say, it is better to keep silence till the thing dawns on you and you have a response.
I mean, it's not something you have to be afraid of. I mean, just stay calm, okay? So, Mr. James.
Thank you very much. At least diabetes is better than HIV.
I'm asking you, every one of you, to be an observer of your own self. Because if you don't observe the way that you react to joy, to pain, to love, to this and that, you cannot recreate it.
Chill. Listen here, don't talk to me that way. Do you understand?
Don't do that to me.
React, don't superimpose. Don't script and react to your own action. Action, reaction. Action, reaction. Action, reaction.
No,
I have always...
Please,
I have...
sit down, sir.
Fumi, are you alright?
No, this.
Now get my daughter out of
Honey, I mean, what's it?
I will beat you the remaining
No, we didn't know, man. Come on, honey.
Different people respond in different ways under different circumstances. It just depends. Who are you? Who have you defined yourself as? And then you play it through. You receive and then you give back. And then you receive and then you give back. So don't take what you have not been given. In other words, don't respond to something when there's no trigger.
The point of conflict was well defined.
Good.
And there was a point of resolution.
Excellent.
Now, recharge to take your dreams even higher.
My dreams.
Yes, if you dream it, you can do it with Nestle Milo. Nestle Milo. Now, recharge with more energy-releasing B vitamins for extra nourishment, healthy growth, and mental well-being.
If I can dream it, I can do it.
Nestle Milo, the food drink of future champion.
Next time on The Academy, the students will put on their makeup and costumes and perform scenes from Romeo and Juliet before video cameras.
He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb.
For this alliance be well.
Then, in what may be their most crucial day so far at the Academy, they will again be taken to a special screening room where their work will be shown to a panel of judges.
A lot of teamwork I think we're seeing this week, and you did it very well. Thank you very much. You did that scene justice.
The words of the judges, they were harsh. They were deep, straight to the cut.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste. I pray thee, chide not. Show my love now.
How will their performances measure up against those of the greatest actors in the world? Who among them will lose crucial points that might lead to expulsion from the Academy? Brought to you by Nescafe.